Hi guys. So I had my class tonight with on my progressive mediumship course, and I asked them to do inspirational speaking. And one of the subject that came up, which is been intriguing me for a long time actually, and I have had a lot of discussion about it, was that one of the girls spoke about forgiveness and the confusion about it. And I just loved what she said about it. And for me, forgiveness, yeah, it's good to be able to forgive, but sometimes by forgiving, are you really forgiving or are you forcing it for yourself? Because if you look at my ex-husband, for example, who got sentenced to prison for 5 years because he abused the young ladies, and I will never be able to forgive that. I might have an understanding that he has something wrong within himself, that he has the urge to do things like that. But forgiveness in that case is very, very hard. I can forgive myself to not understand it, and that I get angry about it, and I get disappointed about it, that I get sad about it, that I don't understand it. But to forgive every person who do wrong things and repeatedly do it, I'm not sure it's okay to forgive them because they're just repeating their behavior. So what are you forgiving actually? This is quite an intriguing question really, and it's quite fascinating because some people in my business has been caught with fraudulent, and they say we should forgive them. Yeah, we might be able to do that, or even I be able to do that if they recognize that what they're doing is causing harm to other people, and they shape up and they change. But if they don't changing, it's hard to forgive them because they're harming people. And if we're accepting that and not saying anything, it's like we agree with them. And I can't agree with things like that. If you're a spiritual person, you're supposed to bring love and light, as we talk about in this business. But love and light, what is it? For me, is to bring out my light, my true light, and to be the best version of the human being I can be. To do the best I can for other people, and sometimes even do it when it's awkward for myself. That is being a nice and kind person and trying to help other people. Not because you gain from it yourself, and not anything that can hurt anybody else. So are you actually forgiving a rapist who continually start to abuse women? I have a hard time doing that, and it might sound horrible because in this business everything should be love and light, and you should actually forgive everybody. But if I forgive that part of that person, I actually accepting that they are raping other people or abusing other people. I can't do that because it's not right. They are harming another person. So forgiveness in all honor, it's a hard one, it's a tricky one. And sometimes I think people can, if you not go to that extreme, people might say things they don't really know how it's going to affect another person. Yeah, then I can forgive them very easily. And if they do something that they don't realizing they're hurting everybody else, yeah, I can forgive them. But if they deliberately, within the mind, abusing or are evil or are just doing awful things to another person because of their own gain, no, there's no forgiveness there for me. They have to change to earn my forgiveness. And I mean, this sounds maybe for some of you wrong because it's all about love and light. You should send them love and light. We are spiritual persons. Yeah, but we're also animal. I have an animal instinct, and I protect the ones I love. And I don't want anybody that I love to become hurt from anybody else. So it's hard, isn't it? It's a tricky one. But I believe in fairness. I believe that everybody has the same value. And I believe that you should, if you can, treat everybody kindly. And even that is hard sometimes, you know? How many are we in a family that sometimes get upset because your mom or your dad or your siblings has treated you badly and you react? Sometimes you might react from your own emotions, and it's not fair in that either. But you do react because you're in that state within your mind, and you might be vulnerable within your emotions, so you take everything to heart. You might not be able to see constructive criticism because you think they're just getting at you. So there's a lot of things that we have to think about. And when you're developing within spirituality, you are a sensitive person already. So as a teacher, sometimes, regardless what you're going to say, they're going to take it to heart and see it as something negative towards themselves. And I'm saying that because that's how I took it, I was never good enough. But that was my vulnerability and my emotions. And it didn't really have any real facts about it. That was just my vulnerability. And as a sensitive person, we usually take things to heart. And you have to learn to separate personality, personal things towards facts that actually coming. Because as a teacher, if you're coming from the heart, you want all of your students to become the best version of themselves, to become the best medium they can ever become, to become the best sensitive, the best teacher. If you help them, you want the best out of them. And you're not helping them if you're just saying that everything is brilliant, that everything is good, everything is perfect. How on earth are they going to move forward? So it's hard sometimes, because you don't want to hurt people. So you try to make it as nicely as you can. You maybe put a little bit of flower around the words you're using, and you actually have to use your sensitivity to see how frank you can be, how straightforward you can be with each and every person. And within families and friends, you're not usually thinking about that. You're just yourself because you think you can be yourself, and you're just speaking your mind. And for someone like me who speaks first and thinks later, I usually don't say bad things to people. I've never done. I'm usually quite nice, actually. I always think about how my word is going to land. But sometimes it doesn't help. And because I am a sensitive, and I know a lot of people have hurt me really hard with the words. And if some words are really hurting you, they have a tendency to stick there, and it has a tendency to cling on to you, and it usually follows you through the life. So you actually have to use your mind and think about how you are as a person, how you are functioning, what is triggering you, and why is it triggering you. It's not easy all the time, because, I have a saying, because in all honesty, in all self-awareness and everything I have, I am the biggest liar to myself, because of my animal instinct, who wants safety and security, and it wants to protect me from the hurt. So sometimes, the defense mechanism comes up, and you think you're coming from a right perception or perspective, but in all honesty, it's just your fear and your hurt that's coming out, and you defend it because it's an uncomfortable feeling. So a lot of time you really have to think about, why are you reacting? Why are you taking it personal? Why aren't you seeing at the person who says it? Why do they have to say what they have to say? Maybe there's something in them. I don't know. But forgiveness. Yeah. Forgive and forget, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I talked about my ex, and I don't know if I have forgiven him, but I don't think about it that much anymore. And I think I moved on and accepted what has happened. But I don't accept or forgive what he did to all these young people, because there's no forgiveness in that. He destroyed them girls, a lot of them. And I can't forgive that if they haven't changed, if they haven't realized. And I don't believe a predator realizing how bad they can be. I don't think they're realizing that they're doing something wrong sometimes. It's just a part of their behavior. Maybe it has to do with, maybe they are psychopathics. I don't know. Maybe they are a narcissist. I don't know. But if you hurt someone so bad that they're going to have issues all their life, the trauma from certain things that have happened, are we going to forgive them? I don't know. I really don't know. It's a hard one, so maybe you have to think about that one. Accept what happened and move on. Forgive yourself for allowing yourself to be in that situation and realizing it wasn't your fault. It was a predator. I don't know, but forgiveness, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't think I could ever forgive. Accept and forget, yes, but forgive? Nah, that's a hard one. Maybe I'm not that spiritual. I don't know. I like to think I am because I like to do the best for everybody. I like everybody to feel good. I like when I can help someone to move forward. So I'm actually I can get quite angry when someone is fraudulent within my business because what I've been experienced. When people talk a lot but don't walk the walk, or they don't walk the talk, or whatever the expression is. It's easy to talk. It's easy. But to actually walk the walk, it takes some courage. It might take some effort on your behalf. And it actually maybe you have to look into yourself and look at yourself. Are you a kind and nice person? Why are you doing what you're doing? Are you just thinking of yourself, your pride, your, how do you say, your self-esteem, you know? Or are you actually within your heart trying to help other people's? A lot of the predators I met, it's not just my ex-husband, they think they're love and light. And they walk over people like no tomorrow to get what they want. And for me, that is not spirituality. If you're spiritual, you listen to people around you. You listen to the people, to the students, to your family. You listen and you try to help, not just feeling good for yourself because you got what you wanted. That's not spirituality. That's just ego. And in this business, we have a lot of ego, but we also have a lot of beautiful, warm, loving, compassionate people. And in my business, I meet a lot of them, and I'm very, very thankful for that. But forgiveness, have a little think about it, because it is a tricky one, and it is a hard one. And I'll leave that with you. Bye.